Hey guys, and welcome back to the World War II Solitaire board game channel. Today we're gonna keep playing one of the best games that I have ever played, Halls of Hegra. We are currently in turn number 6 and things are gonna start to happen now. The Germans are gonna be a little bit more naughty to me. They're gonna send German attacks over here. We still don't have to deal with artillery or airplane attacks. That's later on during the siege. And we got 3 more turns now without that, and then 3 turns with it. So anyway, let's go ahead and deal with it. We have this new piece here on the board where the Germans are going to attack and where we are going to get to defend. But first things first, the first thing we do is we draw the top card of the first attack deck. And we look at it, and look at that. First of all, we have Cloud Disguise. And that means we can only move 5 spaces. And injure 2 defenders. Move the artillery marker 1 step to the right. 2 of our guys got hit by shrapnel. And we have to follow this column here so we can see 2 volunteers are gonna have to be injured. Ugh! I thought I had more guys than this. I guess it's all the guys on the wall that's doing things. Okay, so that's not good. What we have to do now to injure them, besides looking at the card to see which one we injure, we have to roll 2d6. Hope for high numbers. 4 is definitely okay. 6 is awesome. Now we have to place these into the infirmary. The infirmary have a total of 3 beds available. And the first one goes into 4. Because I rolled 4, and the second one goes to 5, 6, because I rolled 5, 6. Every turn they're going to go 1 level up until they're healed. So you want to be at the top. And remember, 3 is the max. Then they go to the waiting area, and that's going to give you a bunch of bad things, like bad morale. So we resolve that, and then we have the last part of the card. And this is a little bit different now, because notice that we don't have to put any doubt in now. During the first attack, you only recruit. However, we know what's in the bag. It's only a bunch of doubt discs and 1, I think it's 1 volunteer. Yeah, look at that. 5 of these doubt discs. So we put them back and we get the volunteer. Because basically, I mean, if I should show you how it works in case you don't remember. You draw. And you hope for a volunteer, you don't get one. You get a doubt, so you get to draw again, and you get a doubt. And because even if you draw a doubt, you will still get at least 1, oh my god, there we go. You will at least get 1 recruit. So he goes to the ready area. And remember, the recruits bring you 1 sweet yellow cube of supplies. But then there is a nastier part of this card, and that is that part. And look at that, you can see we have to bring 3 German infantry meeples on the board, and they need to attack. So the infantry meeples look like this. They look harmful enough, but remember, these guys are National Socialist bastards, and they want to kill you and take your lands as Lebensraum. And yeah, they're really, really bad guys, even though they don't look that bad in this game. Kind of look like a very dark Christmas tree. Anyway, enough of that. So they go, when you put these German infantry meeples on the map, they go all the way down. And you see here we have Sector 1 and Sector 2, and that's later going to expand into a total of 4 sectors. But currently we have 2 sectors. And each sector can hold a maximum of 5, sometimes lower if there's an advanced event card in play. But currently they can hold 5, so the 3 of them go here into the bottom. And then you can see we have a chart here. So these guys are always attacking. Every turn they are attacking as long as there's, unsuppressed German meeples on the board. So we can see the chart here. If they roll 3 to 4, they will move up. If they roll 5 to 6, they will try to attack or they will hit you. So what we want to roll here is a 1 and a 2. We don't want to roll 6s, and 3 to 4s are also kind of bad. There's 3 German infantry meeples, so we roll 3 dice and hope for low numbers. That's kind of fun. This was a 2 until this one hit it. It's a 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so let's see then what we do. We start to to the left, and we have a 5, so he moves up. Then we have a 3, so he moves to the move box, and this guy stays in sector 1. So what's going to happen now is that this guy will hit, so he fires. And there is one of them, and our defense is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2, so I'm still good. If it ever goes to negative, you take a hit. So if my defense was 0 now, I would take 1 hit, and one of these guys would be the leftmost, actually, I think it is, or is it the rightmost? I can't remember, but one of them goes to the infirmary. It's going to happen, so I'm going to have to actually read up on that. I forgot. I think it's the leftmost. Well, you shouldn't think so much. And then you have the move one, and he moves up here. And guess what? This is a red sector. So minus morale if these meeples occupy this sector at the end of the day. So we really have to take that guy out, or we're going to have trouble. Okay, and that's it. That's it for the German part. We're actually done, and now everything plays as usual. And you know the usual, you've been watching the video, everything else is the same. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, we're gonna go ahead and get some of these guys on the board. And we take these 3 guys and pay 1 supply. Remember, you can only get 3 for free now. And 2 of the rest goes in as well. And then these 2 guys goes into to resting. So not a lot of actions for this turn. Then we have 2 wounded ones as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and shovel snow. 2 of the medics are gonna go ahead and repair. I wanna unjam that. The officer is gonna go ahead and inspire. And let's see what I want to do with the other fellas. There's no defense that needs to be taken up. I don't necessarily feel like I need to fire the guns for any reason. Oh yeah, I still have this radio, and that's a good one. Let's do the radio. That's awesome. And I will leave the volunteer in the ready area. I think that should be the best way to do it. I could it would be good with another soldier, but I mean, I'm wasting the Inspire then. And the Inspire could actually let me put some, if I'm really lucky, it could let me put 2 volunteers back in the recruitment bag, and that would help me out really a lot. So this is what I'm gonna be doing for this turn. Remember that the morale here is at +2 because we put 4 soldiers in the walls, in case you're wondering why it's not at 0 where it usually is. Okay, so we start now by the day phase. Defend the walls is always number 1, fire at the Germans. Really simple. We have 4 defenders, we get to roll 4 dice. To hit, we need a 4, 5, or 6, and to suppress a 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. We don't want to suppress, we want to hit them. So let's hope for high numbers. Perfect. 1, 1, that doesn't bother us, but the hits 4, 4, and 5 are wonderful, because that means we remove all of these Germans that are on the board. If you would suppress them, what you would do is you would put them like that, and then the next turn they wouldn't move, they would just stand up. However, a suppressed German in the red sector still gives you negative morale, so it's really not good. So the awesome thing about these guys in the defensive positions, and why it's so important to have those places repaired, is they don't get tired. They just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Shovel snow, so 1, 2, and we get to draw 1 more of these. That's awesome. Okay, we get 1 plus morale and 1 supply. I was hoping for the medicine cabinet or even the second guns, which is just pure awesomeness. But it is what it is. 1 morale and 1 supply point. I believe I put 1 supply point up, so the morale goes up. So repair, we go ahead and repair the jam. And inspire, we move the morale marker up now, and it's at the top. It's at +3. So it goes at the very top, which just says a plus. Add 1 hope card to the low morale deck. So our low morale deck is over here, and our hope cards are over here, and they look like this. You must choose this card when drawn. You may gain 1 supply to remove this card from the game. So it's a good card that takes up a spot in the deck of bad cards like increase suspicion level, change a soldier to a volunteer, draw 2 tiles from the hit bag. These low morale cards are horrible. They're worse than your mother-in-law visiting over the weekend when, you know, there's a hockey game on TV. Like the low morale cards, I can't start to explain how miserable it is when you have to draw those. And when you're playing on the normal difficulty level, you have to draw them all the time because this is a tough game. This is, you know, very, very easy what I'm playing now with the easiest difficulty level, which is supposed to be. I think it's a great way to learn the game, how to prioritize. And I have actually lost on this difficulty level the first time I played it. Okay, so he goes to the tired area. And then we have our soldier, which is currently occupying our radio. Add 1 hope card to the low morale deck. And we have a bunch of these left. We have a total of 5 of these left, and 2 of them now is going to that deck since we have repaired the radio. So we get to do it twice. And remember, because we have a soldier, he can perform this action twice. Otherwise, you would need 2 defenders. So, for example, 2 volunteers, 2 medics, or 2 officers. Sorry, there can't be 2 officers, but an officer and a volunteer. So he goes to the tired area. And again, I'm getting so excited. And this is also a mistake that I do a lot when I play on my own. I get so excited to perform these different, you know, actions. I forget that you should do the supply runs first. So I should have done the supply runs first, but it didn't change anything. Normally doesn't. It could potentially, but in very rare cases. Clouds of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he removes this German patrol. And we don't have the roll because it's at 0, so it just goes up to 1. And then this guy, he moves over here and decreases it, the suspicion level by 1. And this guy moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this guy can't move anywhere because there's one of these guys. So actually what I should do is with this guy, instead of reducing the suspicion level, I'll attack. And I'll remove this guy now and pray to dear God to not roll a 1. I roll a 3. That's good. And then I take this guy with the supplies, move into this spot, and reduce the suspicion by 1. Okay, that's neat. And also remember the fact that when you're carrying one of these supply tokens, you have 1 less in movement value. However, that doesn't affect the hunters. He goes to the tired area, and the supply token is taken in. We gain 1 suspicion, bad, and 1 more morale. So we add yet another hope card. So there's 3 remaining, now there's 2 remaining to the low morale deck. And shuffle it up. So there's a lot of these cards now in this bad deck. A lot of good cards. And then we gain 2 + 1 supply because of this supply thing's special ability. So we're now up to 9 supplies. That's actually really good. Okay. Move the artillery marker 1 step to the right. Forgot about that. So this artillery marker, when you move it to the right, nothing happens if there's nothing in the box. But once it reaches that artillery, you put that out on the map. But it didn't reach that. It went into the second spot. Sorry, I got too excited about having to take those injuries, I guess. So, yeah. That's it. We go to the infirmary now. Both of them go up 1 level. So this goes back to the tired area, and this one goes up there. And then we have our morale. Draw 4 high morale cards and resolve 3. So we're not going to have any despair card in here now, since we already drew that. And I'm really hoping to get 2 volunteers back into the recruit bag, because there's still there's still 3 more turns now that I'm going to draw from the recruit bag. So that would give me 2 more volunteers and 2 more supplies. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so add 2 new volunteers to the recruit bag. So mobilization and first attack, you will do the same thing on the morale cards. Then it will start to, usually it's going to get more powerful in Siege 1 and Siege 2. Look at the top of any event card deck. No thank you. Move the snow marker 2 steps to the left. It's not really good, but I'll do it. And move 2 defenders from the tired area to the ready area. So let's start with the top card. We take 2 volunteers and put it in the recruit bag. And move the snow marker 2 spots to the left. 1, 2, so we get another one. Generator, which is +2 morale. And I guess, since we already resolved this, it should go up to +2 again then. I guess that's a definition question, a really like specific case. But that's how I would say it, because this is, it should be bumped back to 0, after you read this text, but it's really a super specific situation. It's actually kind of cool. But I would say that you could choose either add 2 hope cards or let it remain until the next turn. I think the proper way to do is like this, since, but it is really a definition question. Move the snow mark. Okay, so we did that. And then finally move 2 defenders from the tired area to the ready area. So let's go ahead and take 2 of these hunters. And that's it. Now, at the end of the day phase, we could potentially choose to resolve our mission, since we have no soldiers on the board, but we're still in turn 6. So we'd only get +1 morale. And that's another one of those definition questions. Would that go up or would it be... But anyway, I'm going to wait until next turn. And next turn, I'm going to clean house and grab the morale and the supply point. Okay, so it's... Ooh, it's a red day. I forgot it was a red day. Okay, so it's a red day, meaning I would only have drawn 3 of these cards. So then let's do it like this. I'll shuffle these up and choose the top 3. I forgot about the red day. And it was one of them was look at the top card of any event deck. So I wouldn't have used that one. So the one I wouldn't have used is to move 2 to the ready area. So I just move them back. And that should be it. Okay, so I discard these. I only resolved 2 of them. And the one I put back was this one. Move 2 defenders from the tired area to ready area. So let's just shuffle this up again. And yeah, that's kind of easy to forget. The red days, again here, red day, out of supplies, defenders in the waiting area, defending in a morgue, or infantry in red sector. There is 4 red days. It's turn 6, 9, 10, and 11. So that's actually something I've forgotten before. But I usually, notice it before I actually screw up. So we fixed it. No worries. It's fixed. And it's all good. They went back, those 2, to the tired area. But that's the end of the turn. We move now to turn 7. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 7 out of 11. We're getting closer to the end. So as usual, we take the top card of the first attack deck of this very beautiful deck, and we flip it, and it's cloudy. Okay, it's already cloudy. Add 2 despair cards to the high morale deck. Okay. I mean, there's worse things that can happen, definitely. So I shouldn't moan so much. It's just that I really love these, high morale cards. But now, the majority of these are despair cards, which is not very nice. Okay. And then we recruit, and then we put 5 German infantry on the board. Let's put that here to remember. So we recruit, and obviously we're gonna get 1 volunteer. And always remember, he brings a supply point, so we go from 9 supplies to 10 supplies. That's actually really good, and we still have some supplies that we're trying to bring in. Okay, and then we have our enemies. And this time we have 5. And it's really important to deal with these quickly, especially in the first attack phase, because they quickly get into this box. If they ever move from here, they go into the charge box and they injure your leftmost defender, which is really not a good thing. So since we have 5 German infantry, we roll 5 d6. Those are some good rolls. So 2, 2, and 1, they do nothing. And then the 3 and the 4, whoops. And then the 3 and the 4, they will move, okay? So they stay and they simply move. Okay, and that's it. All right, let's see what I want to do. I have 10 supplies. I could use 2 supply points to bring in 6 of these into the ready area. And these are automatically moved, and then 1 into rest area. Okay, so let's see what I want to do with all of these. Oops. Let's see what I want to do. I want to use a radio, bringing in the 2 last hope cards. And thinking about promoting. Not sure if I should do that. I'm gonna get 1 morale from one of the supply runs, so I don't need to care too much about the morale. There's no point in bringing that up. But I'm definitely gonna go ahead and keep shoveling snow with my hunters. And man, I need more soldiers because I actually want to fire the guns now. But I can't fire the guns because I have only 1 soldier, so I would have to use the officer. But I kind of need to do that now because otherwise there's 5 of them, right? And I only have 4 defenders, so I can only take out 4 with them. And to resolve this card now, I need to clean the board up. And I really want to resolve it in this turn. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and have to fire the guns, unfortunately. And let's use the volunteers here. And we don't need to repair, we don't need to bolster anything. We have all the missiles there is. Nothing is damaged. We could use the field telephone, but that's a little bit overkill. Inspire, we don't need to inspire. So basically there's actually not really a lot of need for these other 4 guys I have left. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in the resting area. That's a shame because I would really like to promote one of them into becoming soldier, but an officer is fired. He's occupied with the gun, so it is what it is. I could potentially actually put 2 of them in the repair section, but most likely this is going to be, you know, it's going to be the map room, medicine cabinet, counter patrol. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's a 4 in 6 chance that it's going to be something that I need to repair. But I'm not going to risk it, so let's just leave them there. Okay, so let's start with these guys. I have 4 guys, and all of them have full fire range all the way to sector 1. So I roll 4d6. And I don't roll very good. I roll 4, 6, 3, and 2. So 2 of them are killed, and 2 other are suppressed. So it's a good thing that I manned the gun. So the gun I fire with these 2, they go to the target area, and infantry sector hit 2 for every revealed this and suppress the rest. So I get to kill 4 of them, there's only 3. And they are in this area, so I need to roll 3 or higher not to jam my guns. I roll a 6, wow. I'm really lucky with my artillery rolls, and I've been lucky throughout this game, to be honest. And then we have the supply runs. This time I actually remember to do that before doing the maintenance. And see, I have a 1. So what I'll do here is this guy moves 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy moves he moves down here and then back, reducing suspicion by 1. And this guy moves here, taking out, killing this patrol, and increasing suspicion by 1. Putting that patrol back into the bag. Okay, so that's that. And then we have this guy who's the living supplies. He goes to the tired area. We increase suspicion by 1, and we increase morale by 1. And from this now, the new supply, this is a soldier supply. We put that in the reserve, and we get 2 supplies. We go from 8 to 10, and then we get a soldier in the ready area. So that's a really nice bonus. Okay, and then we get to the maintenance part. Shoveling snow, 1, 2. And then with the second one, 1, 2. So we get to reveal steel plates. This sucks. Add 2 mist tokens. We have no mist tokens left in the game, so that's just a waste. That's actually really sad, but it is what it is. Anyway, then we have our infirmary, and this guy goes back into the tired area. And our radio, these 2 guys, actually should be resolved, I think, before the infirmary, but you know. And they use a radio, and that means I get to bring 2 hope cards into the despair deck, into the low morale deck, and that actually means we have now added every hope card there is into the low morale deck. So that's a really neat thing. High morale deck though is flooded now with those despair cards. So we are at a draw 4. There's not a red day today, but there's still so many of those despair cards in here. Oh, I only got 1 of them. Wow, that is lucky. Okay, so the first one I have to choose that one. And then we have remove a doubt token. I was going to do that. Move 2 defenders from the tired area to the red area, or add 1 miss to the hit bag. So I'm going to choose those 2. Remove doubt token or gain 1 supply. So I gain 1 supply. Add 1 miss to the hit bag. And I can't do that because I have all misses. So if you choose this card but cannot resolve it, instead gain 1 supply. So basically from these 2 morale cards, or 3, I gain 2 supplies. So I'm up at 12 supplies now. Wow, I don't think I ever had this many supplies. And look at the track. We need to add 2 patrols. So this time, look at the color. It's a little bit strange when you use these difficulty counters because it's not super correct. You have to look at them, and we see if we look at them that we're still in the yellow phase. So number 1 goes over here, and the second one goes over here. Okay, and that's the end of the turn. And before we do anything, I'm going to choose to resolve my mission card. So, no German infantry meeples on the board. 5 to 6, we get +1 morale. 7 to 8, we get 1 supply. So we're in 7 currently, so we get those 2 first one. I could push it to 9 and get all 3, but I'm not going to do that. So I get 1 more supply from the mission card, and the mission card is resolved. And I also get +1 morale. That's awesome. Okay, so then we move to the next turn. And we are now in turn 8 of 11, and this is the time now that it's going to be the retreat phase. So stuff is going to go down. As always with a new turn, we go ahead and draw an event card from the current situation, which is the first attack. And we have snow. I don't like snow. Move the snow marker 1 additional step to the right. Let's see if it's focused. When the snow is getting thicker and thicker, will it never end? Ooh, okay, 4. Okay, and then recruit, and then 5 German infantry meeples. So recruitment, I think we still have one volunteer in here, one last poor volunteer, I think. Yep, there we go. So put him in the ready area, and we gain one more supply, and we have now every supply cube on the board. And again, there's only fear markers or doubt markers left here. So we can't recruit anyone else. However, next turn, there's not going to be any recruiting, because from the siege, when the siege starts, you're going to stop recruiting. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this recruit bag and put it off to the side, so I don't do something stupid and start recruiting when it's not possible. It's easy to forget during the siege that you actually don't recruit. Okay, and then we go to our German infantry meeples. And there's 5 of them this time as well. It's kind of annoying when 5 of them comes, because you can't really do much about it. You can't kill them all, obviously. And since there's 5 of them, we roll 5 dice, and we hope we don't roll 5 5s, or 4 5s for that matter. We roll pretty good. So 3 of them don't do anything. 1 of them fire, 1 of them moves. The one who fires doesn't hurt me because I have 3 in defense, 3 minus 1 is 2, and the one who moves simply moves up into the next sector. Remember, he's in a red sector that is not that good, we need to get rid of him. Okay, so this guy goes from the rest to the ready area. We're gonna go ahead and spend 2 supplies to ready up 6 of our guys. And 2 of them goes to the rest area. Okay, let's see if I can get these. There's so many of them. And I don't want to show you my bold spot bending over the board. Let's see here. Ooh, that's a lot of fellas. A lot of fellas who want to take part of this great battle. Let's see what we can do. We're in snow. That's not really good. We'll send out 1 soldier and 1 hunter. Maybe actually wait because of the snow. Yeah, let's wait. So we'll send out 1 soldier. We'll use 3 of the hunters to shovel snow. And then we use the, see here, officer to promote 1 volunteer. You should actually lay them like this if you want to be an expert. And then there's no point in repairing, but I'm gonna put 2 guys in repair just because I'm sure I'm gonna find something nice that needs to be repaired now. I have a feeling about it. And then you could inspire and stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna expire because I know how many despair cards are in these 5 remaining morale cards. I think there's a total of 3 of them. So there's really no point in trying to inspire anything. So I think these remaining guys, I'm just gonna relax here in the ready area. And this is not something that's gonna happen a lot when you play on normal, because you're gonna be using every man and panicking, and it's gonna be tough. So anyway, let's go ahead and roll for our 4 defenders, which are the man overboard. Let's roll for the defenders. Hope for high numbers here. Not a really good roll, but it could definitely be worse. And that means 2 of them are dead, 2 of them are suppressed. Okay. And we go on to the shovel of snow. We have 3 of these. And that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because each of them get to do it twice. And we get the medicine cabinet. That's a pretty cool one because it lets you treat a patient, fully treat 1 patient with the medic, fully heal 1 patient, or ignore this turn, relapse this turn. And relapse is when sick people in a waiting area is getting close to dying. And this one can be used by anyone. You have to use 2 defenders or 1 medic. And we put the medicine cabinet over here. And now I'm so smart. I was repairing and there was nothing to repair, but suddenly there is. So we go ahead and take this and put it in the hit bag. And then we have promote. So we exchange this volunteer with a soldier, and we put this in the tired area. And again, I should have done the supply run first, I know, but I'm always getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so let's see here. The artillery are gonna go there, there, and there. So we wanna be as close as we can. So this guy goes over here and reduces suspicion by 1. This guy goes over here, reduces suspicion by 1. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, and takes this guy out, raising suspicion by 1. Okay, and that's pretty much everything we can do this turn. Now, things are gonna go bad. Red day is not a red day. Out of supplies? No, definitely not. Defenders in waiting area? No. Per defender in the morgue? And no infantry in the red zone. So, we have draw 2 high morale cards and resolve 1. And highly likely they are going to be the spare cards. Oh, one of them isn't actually. None of them are. So I can choose to either gain 1 supply or remove 1 German patrol from the map. Oops, they should go into the discard. And I'll choose to gain 1 supply. So I know now that these 3 remaining high morale cards, well, they are the spare cards. Definitely, definitely. Reset that to 0 and there's no surrender. Check the turn. And we have no infantry, but we have retreat. Okay, so it's now time to retreat. Receive at the end of day 6, but it's now end of day 8 instead because it's on very easy. So place 1 artillery on each space marked with an artillery symbol on the yellow row on the map. So 1, 2, 3. And you can see the artillery symbols down here. Move the supply marker 1 step to the right and lower defense by 1. So now I can only get 2 defenders for every supply that I bring in. And the defense goes from 3 to 2. That's really nasty. Remove the first attack board from the main board. Move any infantry meeples from the first attack board to the sector 1 on the main board. And then number 4, place 1 status tile on machine gun action space. So, yeah, we should just simply remove it. And these are transferred to sector 1. And then we put this right here on the machine gun. And now, combat is the same, but it has 4 sectors instead of 2. And the red sector is still over here. And we have now a machine gun. So the machine gun can be used similar to the guns. You roll 1 die, 1 to 3 you suppress 3 meeples, 4 to 6 you hit 3 of them. You may also spend a supply cube to get a +2 on the die. A, B, and C can instead use the machine gun if it's unjammed. Flip to jam side every time after you used it. So that's, the machine gun is just awesome. So this guy over here, he can't use the machine gun. So it has to be repaired at least one of these positions for you to use it. Also, we have Reckless Defense, and Reckless Defense, as you can see here, hit 2 German infantry meeples, injure the defender, and you only use 1 for that. So that's pretty cool. What's also cool with the Reckless Defense is I reckon that since it's an action spot over here, I can actually use one of those guys for it. So these guys over here, they're fighting, and I can bring one of them in, one of these guys in here, which is awesome. In case, you're getting surged by Germans. And yeah, that's, my friends, is the end of the first attack. It is the end of turn 8, and it is also the start of the siege. So we now go to siege number 2. Siege number 1 is ignored in this difficulty mode. We go straight to siege number 2. Guys, there is just 3 turns remaining in this game, and things are gonna go down. Things are gonna go down bad. We're gonna get hit by artillery now, we're gonna get hit by air. There's gonna be a bunch of things happening. I think this is a good moment to pause the game. There is just a little bit left, but I've been recording for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and take a load off, open a beer, and pray that the last 3 turns are going to go well. As usual, I want to thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for watching the videos. Subscribe, that would make me happy. And comment, what do you think of the battle? I love reading those comments. Guys, I hope that you catch the next and last episode as well. And once more, thank you for watching. See you next time.